I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but unfortunately, transforming your entire physique is actually quite difficult. And unless you are one of Hollywood's elite and can literally just pay for a pill to lose all your body fat, you're going to have to put a shift in. I've now transformed my physique and also tons of other guys, and there is some brutal truths that I and all of them needed to hear. Getting in great shape, transforming your physique is not easy, and so if you are just starting that journey, you're midway through, or maybe you want to transform your physique again for some reason, then you need to hear these 11 brutal truths. Because understanding these 11 brutal truths about transforming your physique will put things in perspective. I'm currently learning to surf, and I wish when I first started someone told me that I'm going to fall off that board and look like a complete dickhead 200 times before I stand up and ride a good wave. I wish someone told me that, because then I'm mentally primed to fall off 200 times and not get pissed off. So that is in the same way that I'm giving you these 11 brutal truths. It's not to aggravate you or poke the bear, it's to mentally prime you for a physique transformation. So we shall dither no more. The first brutal truth: you will have to endure boredom and monotony most days. Getting in great shape can be boring. And boring isn't sexy. Boring also doesn't sell. That's why marketing a fitness plan as the boring thing, you'll never see it anywhere. But like most things in life, if you want to achieve a good big goal of yours, it's going to be boring and monotonous. You're going to have to work out when you don't want to work out. You're going to have to eat foods that you don't necessarily enjoy as much as other foods. You're going to have to go to bed on time, drink water instead of soda. And for a week or so, when your motivation is high, this is all fun and it's a lifestyle change and it's interesting. But when you're 2 or 3 or 4 or years into this, it can become boring. The second brutal truth is that other people will want you to fail. When you change your behaviors and your habits, the people around you are not going to understand this, because they know you for one person. They know you as this person that does this thing and they never do anything else. So when you change your behaviors, it's going to throw them off. And for some people, some friends and family or people that are very close to you, this is going to be almost an insult to them, because you changing your behaviors to better yourself is going to be like a mirror that deflects on the changes that they're not making themselves. And so some people will react by being that little devil on your shoulder. Oh no, have another beer. Don't stick to your routine tonight. Let's go out. Let's not sleep well. Let's skip that workout. And essentially, some people may not become very well-meaning. The best thing to do when this happens, and it probably will happen quite frequently, is just to not take it personally. Number 3, it's in the simple stuff, and there really is no magic formula. There is no special workout program that exists. There is no special diet that exists. There's nothing. It is the hard work and the simple stuff that will make the biggest result. Again, when you scroll through Instagram, you scroll through TikTok, there's just a plethora of coaches claiming that their special workout program is the one to take if you want to build muscle, or this diet plan is the one that you have to follow in order to lose body fat. They may be correct. They may have a workout plan and a diet plan that absolutely works, and it probably will work, just like I sell to other people as well. I have a workout plan and a diet plan that I'll sell to people. However, it's based around the basics. It's the simple stuff. Remaining in a calorie deficit to lose body fat. Training 2 or 3 times per week in order to build muscle mass. If anyone claims that they have some kind of special formula, essentially what it will be is some kind of twisted way they've molded the basics into some specially marketed term or workout plan that sounds far more interesting than it actually is. Number 4, it will feel pointless when you're making no progress to begin with. I say this to basically all my clients that I onboard. The first month especially, when you change your habits, you change your lifestyle, you start working out, going to the gym, dieting, etc. By the end of that first month, when you've put in all this extra effort and all this work that you never did before, you may look in the mirror and see no change. And at this moment is when most people quit. It's at that moment when motivation drops, they see no visible change, you've made all of this extra effort, and you've got nothing to show for it. But to comfort you, this happens to most people. That's why physique transformations don't take a month. They take a long period of time. If they took a month, then everyone would have a physique transformation. But what really matters is the second, the third, the fourth month, when you're turning these changes in your lifestyle into habits that you don't even have to think about that much. What you have to remember is it's a long-term process. It takes time. You just got to stick with it. Number 5, sleep will make more difference than you can imagine. Going to the gym, sticking to your diet, getting your daily steps in, drinking enough water, going to bed on time. That is, in order, the list of priorities most people think that they should have things. Sleep always comes last in this table, below pretty much everything else. People just disregard sleep. Oh no, it's just what I do at the end of the day. You know, when I'm tired, I go to bed, and then I wake up whenever, and then I crack on with my day. Sleep will make an insurmountable amount of difference to your progress. You could have 2 guys training both really well, sticking to their diet, but one guy's sleep is absolutely all over the gaff and the other guy's sleep is on point every single night. That guy will make so much more progress and also be feeling so much better. It's going to affect my energy levels, it's going to affect my workouts, it's going to affect hunger levels, if I'm moody or not, if I'm feeling like I need to snack or not. Sleep is such a detrimental factor to all of these things. So just sort it out. Go to bed on time, wake up at the same time in the morning, try and get sunlight in the morning as well. It's not that difficult. The 6th brutal truth is that this is a lifestyle, not a phase. I wish more people would understand this, is that being in good shape or transforming your physique is not just sticking to something for a certain period of time to get the result you want, to then go back to previous behaviors and then destroy all the progress you make, and then go back through the cycle again. You change the way you eat forever. You change the fact that you now work out forever. You change the fact that you drink water and go to bed, and all these habits that I've mentioned already. This is part of a lifestyle. Number 7 is you have to get good at organizing and creating routine. What is the easiest way to form a habit? Well, it's to make it part of your routine. What is the easiest way to stick to a new goal? Organize it so it becomes as easy as possible to do. Now, reverse that. What's the hardest way to make a habit? Make sure that you don't make it any part of a routine. You just do it randomly at any times and you don't plan for it. And there are ways to do this. Personally, I mean, I have a whiteboard here that I just write stuff down on. That's part of me being organized. I'm literally writing down everything I need to do, and I'll write down gym, I'll write down eat my lunch that contains certain foods, call this guy, do this video, video planning. That's organizing. I haven't particularly done much to become good at being organized, but having this here has helped out like a million times over. Essentially, just put in that little bit more effort to plan ahead. Plan a day or a week. Just plan ahead a little bit. It's going to help out massively. The 8th brutal truth is that you're going to have to say no far more often. This rule works for pretty much any other goal as well. As I'm trying to grow this online coaching business, I've had to say no way more than I used to. I used to be up for everything. Yeah, I'll go for dinner tonight. Yeah, I'll go for drinks. Yeah, I'll go to this party. Yeah, I'll do this. And I've had to say no, because otherwise work doesn't get done. I get no clients. I can't pay rent. You're going to have to do the same thing when it comes to building habits around going to the gym, sticking to your diet. You're going to have to say no to that extra beer. You're going to have to say no to the second takeaway of the week. You're going to have to say no to staying up 3 hours past when you should have gone to bed. It doesn't mean you have to live like this forever, but to begin with, when you're forming habits, you're going to have to say no far more often. So get used to it. The 9th brutal truth is that motivation is irrelevant. Now, I am all for a good motivational TikTok video. Chris Williamson in there, Alex Hormozy, some epic music does get me fired up, and there is its place. But motivation is fleeting, discipline is not. And again, this comes down to those first few months when you don't yet have a habit of working out, trying to build muscle, trying to lose body fat. Once it becomes a habit, then motivation is kind of irrelevant, because when it's a habit, you're going to do it anyway. But when it's not a habit and you're just in that beginning phase, you have to not rely upon motivation, because you're going to be really motivated for a few weeks, and then you'll have a week where you couldn't think of anything worse to do, and you still need to go to the gym and still need to focus on your diet. Number 10 is that alcohol will slow you down more than almost anything else. Now, let's get this right before I get into this. I love a beer. I love 2 beers. I love 3 beers. 4 beers is where I'm like, nah, I'm good. 3 beers, actually 2 beers is when I'm on a fantastic level. 3 beers is when I'm a bit like, all right, this is probably my last. No more than that. Now that that's cleared up, alcohol is going to make such a negative impact to your progress in terms of everything. It doesn't only affect your workouts, or it doesn't only affect your sleep or your diet. It has a massively negative knock-on effect to everything else. Try and find your limits. Try and limit it to at least like once every 2 weeks, hopefully once a month, once a week at maximum. Just limit it down and save it for good occasions. When you haven't seen your family in a while, when you're going to a restaurant or a pub that you really wanted to go to, then when you have those 2 pints, they're going to feel unbelievable. And the final 11th truth, and potentially the most important, is that you need years, not months. Now, this doesn't actually apply to everyone, and I truly believe, and I have seen with many of my clients, that you can make a really, really good physical transformation in less than a year, far less than a year, 6 months or 4 months even. But for a lot of guys out there who are real beginners to any of this, you will need years. And if you have never lifted a weight before in your life, and you've never dieted, and you've been eating like shit for ages, this isn't going to take 2 months or 3 months or 4 months. This could potentially take 2 years. And you need to know that before you get into anything. There will be guys, as I said, that have a way better starting position, more sporty, more active, better sleep patterns, that can see unbelievable results in 3 months. But there will be some of you that it takes years. And you need to be self-aware enough to know which stage you're at when you begin, and also how long that this could take to see a complete physique transformation or get to where you're really happy with your physique. So there you are, the 11 brutal truths that I would give to anyone that wants to transform their physique, build muscle, lose fat, or just completely overhaul their lifestyle to become stronger, healthier, fitter, etc. I really appreciate you watching this video. I hope it has helped you out. And if you're looking to build muscle, lose belly fat, and learn how to stay lean in 12 weeks, then make sure to check out my one-to-one coaching package. The link is in the description of this video. Make sure to like, to subscribe, to comment, to do all the YouTube audience things that you should normally do. And I'll see you in the next one.